Hey, this is Joe Price. I just wanted to show you how to help with our former slave census project. Our goal is to ensure that everyone that's African American in a U.S. Census record and was born before 1866 is on the family tree. Now, not all these people were enslaved, but many of them were, and we just want to make sure that they all have a profile on the tree. So if someone's trying to find one of their enslaved ancestors, they'll be able to connect with these profiles that we've created. So let me share my screen. So I've set up a couple new tasks. What we're going to start by focusing on is just the people in the 1940 census. There was about 163,000 Black individuals born before 1866 still alive in the 1940 census. And so we're going to make sure that all of them are on the tree. So we've set up one where we can do record hints, duplicates, and then follow up the hints. So let me show you the record hints. These are the most straightforward. So you just put your name in here, you click on the link, and you can see here there's someone named Kate Salis. You can see Ohio, Onondaga, New York. So this looks like a great match. And notice that and actually, if you go look at the record, I think it'll show the race. You don't have to check this. You can just kind of trust this, but you can see here it has the race listed as African American. And so here, looks like a great match. So I would just attach it. And so now we know that that person is attached to the tree. Okay, so again, those ones are pretty straightforward. And if you're not sure about whether it's a match, you can skip it. If you want, you can put 0.5 if you want someone else to come take a look at it. The other thing we did is we added some people to the tree that didn't have any possible matches. And then once we added them to the tree, some of them, oh, I got that one done already. There we go. Some of them had possible duplicates that popped up. And so we've just promised Family Search that we would take care of all of those, get them merged. So you can see this is a pretty easy merge. You can see Fayette, which is where he was living in 1945. Yeah, so you can see everything lines up really well. And so we will do that. We'll bring over this information, and then we'll hit that. And that's it. And so when we're merging duplicates, just be really careful. Oh, and this is great because it looks like now there might be another duplicate. And so feel free to merge all the duplicates that might exist. Okay, so Robert seems like that's more likely to be his correct name. Notice here we're getting him in all the censuses from 1870 to 1920. Here we're getting him in 1940. We're going to have to merge his wife as well. And then let's see, does Charity fit in there? You got Charity and Will. Okay, so there's Will lining up right there. Charity kind of is slotting in right between those two. You can see this 4-year gap, but that looks fine. And then we're getting his parents on this side. So, oh, and actually there is his dad, Fred and Pandora. So it looks like we're going to have to do a lot of merging on this one, and that'll sometimes happen. And so just take as long as you need to make sure that all the merges get done. But the end product is, a final profile that has all the information, all the family members all pulled together into one spot. Okay, so I'll do that after the video, but I'll show you a couple examples. Like here, I click on this ID right here. I come over here to this Mary, and sometimes it'll show up here as a possible duplicate. There it is right there. So my guess is that York is her maiden name, though let's see if she had parents. So that's interesting, York. Yeah, no, so that must be a middle name then. Okay, so we'll still keep that. It has more information, keep that. Come down here. Okay, and so I am going to assume this is always tricky to know if this is the maiden name. I'm actually just going to keep it the way it is for now. And then the only other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to merge the two wills together. You can see it doesn't show up as a duplicate here, but because I copied the ID, I can do it down here. Okay, that looks good. Over here we have his wife. And so notice that by doing that, now we get to see him across lots of census records. Okay, so that's how the merging duplicates work. The one other thing I was going to do is it looks like I might need to do a little bit of merging for his parents. So we've got like Pandora right here and Pandora over here. And so let's just merge those two together. Okay, well, I won't take more of the video time to do the merge, but you can see that, it's really great to do these merges so that we can get as much information compiled onto one profile as possible. Actually, this wasn't so bad because there weren't any duplicate kids. Robert was the only duplicate kid. So then the only last thing I need to do is just do the Fred. And that's kind of cool that we can get that Robert's parents are on here too. So they were born back in 1827. It's really interesting. Okay, so there we go. Okay, and then we just come back here and we put in a 1. Okay, so let me just give you a little bit of context of what these duplicates are. So if you come here to, oh, it looks like this was already merged. I must have done that just a second ago. But if you look, oh yeah, it looks like I had merged it just a bit ago. But you can see this person was created March 18th by the tree building project. So that was our automated add tool putting them on the tree. And then we're just making sure that there's no duplicates. Okay, now last one is some of the people we added to the tree didn't have a duplicate, but they did have some follow-up hints. And we're hoping to use these to connect the person to other records and maybe to other family members. So you can see this is like a spot-on awesome match. So we'll attach that and then we'll go to the person and then we'll just see if maybe there's some other record hints for this person. Here's a 1930. And our hope is that as we do these hints, we'll maybe find additional family members, try to branch out. And our real goal is to try to connect them to the family tree. So this is definitely, you can see Hempstead, very unique name. Birth year's off by 5 years, but that's very common. And so what I'm going to do, now one thing I do always check before I do this merge is I just go into some of these census records and just check the race. You can see here he's listed as Black. Okay, so again, what I'm going to do is copy this ID, click on this ID, and we'll see if it shows up as a duplicate. Okay, it doesn't show up as a duplicate. We'll hit merge by ID, and we'll do that. Okay, so let's see. I'm just gonna make sure we're bringing over the right stuff. Okay. And then while you're on this page, if you want, I noticed a numident and a 1910. Those are always great to do because that'll help connect this person maybe to other family members. Let's see, here we have Ellen living with her parents. Okay, so I'll just attach that census record. But really at this point, we've connected the John that we started with to his family. I would just put 1 and I hit connect it. And actually, I've been able to connect all the people so far. Sometimes I've used Ancestry to help out a little bit. Now, I did not connect this person. And so let me just kind of end this video by showing you something interesting I found. So let's go to Will. And so notice Will's got 2 sources attached. And actually, if I go in and look at this source, I thought this was pretty interesting. I can just look at the original image. You can see right here at the top that it says right here, Davidson County Hospital. And then it says here, Insane Asylum and Home. So I found that really interesting. And that was in 1940. It's also interesting that it lists him as married. So, here he is, 80 years old, married, living in an asylum. And then I was just curious, here he is in 1950. And come in here and you can see that he's actually living in the same place. So he spent a lot of time in this Davidson County Hospital. So there's an interesting story there. And so this is what I really love about census records is every census record has a story, and little details like that might allow someone to go and learn more about their family by digging deeper into that story. And so really our goal with this project is just to make sure that these 163,000 African Americans born before 1866 are on the family tree. And we'll use that as a starting point, and then we'll do the same thing for 1930 and then 1920 and just work our way back and make sure that we don't miss anyone. So the whole purpose here is to make sure that everyone has a profile on the family tree. So thanks for helping with this project. It'll be great to see this grow up.